The most expensive games on PlayStation 2 have remained fairly consistent for the last couple of years, until now. Game on! Now before we jump into this video and look at what the most expensive game you can get on the PS2 is at the moment, it's worth acknowledging that the price of retro gaming is always fluctuating. For example, 6 years ago, if you wanted Ico and Shadow of the Colossus PAL editions in these limited edition cardboard boxes, mint condition, you'd have to pay around £300 or $400. But since the HD remake has come out, these two games are worth less than their original retail price. We also see this with Nintendo's release of the mini consoles. With games like Secret of Mana that used to cost over £100, you could easily have paid about $150 for it, now just selling for its original retail price. As more and more of these games are made readily available on e-stores or through re-releases, we're starting to see the price of some of these classic games tumble. But where it's not going down is where we have limited edition versions of the games, collector's editions. Spending your money on limited edition versions of the game or collector's versions is a better way of investing in your retro gaming collection. Up until now, collectors of PS2 games have pretty much considered Rule of Rose to be one of the most expensive PlayStation 2 games that you can buy. Set in 1930s England, Rule of Rose is a psychological thriller that was commissioned by Sony PlayStation Japan and developed by Punchline Studios. The plot for Rule of Rose revolves around a 19-year-old girl who mysteriously finds herself trapped on an airship that's ruled by girls called the Red Crayon Aristocrats. Now if you want to pick this game up at the moment, it's going to cost you £250 to £400. That's around $300 to $500. So at the top end of the market for Rule of Rose, you're going to be looking at paying around $1,100 or $1,200 for the game. That's around £850. Now although this game was a limited run, it was released in all territories, so it is readily available to buy. Now I'm trying to bolster my PlayStation 2 collection with some of the more rarer finds on the PlayStation 2. And whilst I was doing my research, I came across a game that's more expensive than Rule of Rose. It's a limited edition game with only 1,000 copies made that was only released in Europe. Now I'm super excited about this because I actually own a copy of this game, and it is the Getaway Limited Edition. Now the Getaway Limited Edition is the first 1,000 copies after the first million copies of the game was sold. It's a numbered disc, it comes in a special presentation box, and the disc is a special presentation disc as well. And this game sells for between £350 and £1,000. That's $1,200. Some people are selling this for £4,000. That's around like, what's that, $6,000? Now if you look around, I'm pretty sure you should be able to find this game going for around $60. Especially as only recently the price has skyrocketed on this game. So the version of the game that I've got is $1,500,000. And you're going to find that different numbered versions of the game are going to be more expensive. So this being 500, it's a milestone number, so it's going to go for more. If you have number 1, that's going to be worth an absolute ton of money. Although that's probably sitting on Phil Harrison or Kazarai's desk at the moment. So that's it. The most expensive game you can buy on PlayStation 2 at the moment is the Getaway Limited Edition. Only 1,000 copies in the entire world. I guess if you're a PlayStation 2 collector, the big question is, do you buy now while it's available but really expensive, or do you risk waiting for the price to drop and not actually getting a version of the game at all? If you want more PlayStation or retro goodness, then check out my video over here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking on my little pixel head below.